This is David Rodecker. I'm going to tell you how to add a new destination to the placement list in the manager such that we can display additional placements in the back office on GLPs and the RelevantYellow profile pages. So I'm going to start by going into create a user. My motivation here is, one, I need to have a user with the name of the destination. And then second is I need to add a destination to our list and add some properties to it. I'm going to do a special step in between where I determine the member ID. And that's a little bit complicated, perhaps make this process easier in the future. So first, to create the user, you got to go to users and then create new account. I want to create a new user called Better Business Bureau. And so I will name it BBB, and for the username I'll put Better Business, and I think that's how we spell bureau. I really only need to assign it I do need to assign it a role for it to continue, so I'm going to assign it the publisher role, and I'll go ahead and give it the email address of support@relevantads.com and leave its parent as relevant. Create the account. So I created the account successfully. Now at this point I need to know the member ID. If I click around and I go to settings page, I will be managing the BBB account. A little bit of a technical detail here. To get the BBB's member ID, I search it, and I need to observe the link that is shown here. If I look at the link address, it actually points me to a member ID of 87853. So those are simply sequential IDs in our database, but they're not very relevant except in cases like this. So now I'm going to go to Destination Management, which I believe Placement Management. So update and delete placement destinations. So I'll shrink the window so we can see what's going on here. And I will need to add a new record. And so the I might be incorrect here. Maybe this interface supports adding a new username, but I kind of think if I populate the existing username that this might work. I think I didn't need to know the member ID. So by populating the username here, it actually will determine the username association. So that step in getting the member ID was probably not necessary. But good to know how if you ever need to find a member ID. So the description, this is I believe used when we have a hover or alt text. So I'm going to go ahead and put Better Business Bureau. I should provide some type of type. It is probably just going to be a banner link or NA. I'm actually not certain what the difference is. For the time being, I'll put a website banner link. The destination URL, I would recommend populating this because in some places where we say what is the Better Business Bureau, we'll want to provide that, so we'll find their exact best decided URL. So I'll take that. Logo. Now we should ideally get the logo and then keep it on our servers and populate the value of the logo or photo URL. For the time being, I'm going to go ahead and copy the link to their logo. That's not becoming very easy here, so I'm going to look for it. No. Alright, so it's a little bit hard to find. Maybe I can go to Google Images. And one of these looks pretty good. So I don't recommend using this long term, but it might be something nice. I would like to have a slightly smaller logo. Might be ideal. These ones that are too big. So there are particular dimensions that we like to see, but let me just go ahead and try this one to go with, oops, full size image. So now I have this logo. It's from the Iowa BBB. I would like to change that after we get it going here. These are going to be necessary if we have particular data that we store with the BBB placement, which we don't. We would do that if it's a distribution, and when it becomes a distribution, we would figure out the additional data fields. Default status of the placement. Now, when we create a profile or a placement, it's going to get a default status. So we can always change that status, but the default status, if we populate it here, if we want to populate it here in ordered status or in submitted status right away, we could put a number here. Leaving it blank would be just fine too. If we wanted to have it automatically change that status after it becomes after the profile was unpublished, say we have to republish to it for reasons that the phone number or something like that was changed, we could populate this. And so those are some of the extra ones. If we wanted to populate a tracking code to always be populated when someone clicks over from a profile to the placement on the BBB, we could populate that. Sometimes in Google we use this, for example. So anyway, those are some of those option fields. And then we have additional fields here. And we have logo here. I'm not quite sure the difference between logo here and logo URL there. Might be a follow-up to find out the difference. I'm going to go ahead and populate in both places that. This additional fields are here for if we wanted to make it so that this placement was automatically created after the profile was submitted or published, let's say. That's what this field does. The order by which the logo is displayed is among the other logos is displayed here. So like number 1 is like Google and 2 is Yahoo, and it goes down the list. So if that's important that this would be sorted towards the top, then we could use this. Otherwise, leaving it blank, I think it'll go towards the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that for the time being. Anyway, so that's some of the options here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just update or apply the record. And I believe it just got added. I don't know why I'm still looking at the same screen for edit. I guess I didn't hit it. So now it should be in this list. Just to check, we go ahead and search. And here we are. So I can come back and edit this and notice that it's got lots of fields populated for the same ones I have here. So at this point, in a particular business profile, I will go ahead and just log into a single profile for a business and show that it's available now. If I go to the placements section, I should have BBB. So I can go ahead and add it just for as an example. And the BBB will not have, oh, it says placement already exists. I'm not sure why that is. Why would the placement already exist? It should not. Oh, well, it's there at the top. Okay. It has a default status of being in progress. The only thing I can do now is add a permalink. So adding a permalink should be to the BBB. I just happened to find one there. And I'll go ahead and say that it's verified. Update that. And it's now available here. If I go now to the RelevantYellow page, it should, I believe, display. There might be some caching going on that I need to change such that it doesn't, but yep, there it is. So BBB is now a link. In other places, I think we display the BBB as an icon, and it would show the icon that we chose right there. So this is the basics on how we can add a placement. Just as a note, the placement I just added, because it's verified, I can no longer delete it, but I was testing, so I don't really want that one to be here. So I'm going to change it back to in progress or ordered. And now if I go back here, refresh this page. Oh, it still won't let me because it has a permalink. So let me get rid of the permalink, update that, and I guess it still doesn't. Maybe it has to go into in progress. Oh, that's where it is right now. Well, I will have to find out why that is not letting me get it. Oh no, it is not in progress. So let me go ahead and put it in progress. Let's see if I can delete it now, hopefully. Ah, there we go. So deleted, gone, but yet still available. And that's how we do it. Okay, have fun. Add placements away.